Hi everyone, and welcome once again to Clues by Sam. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I am sick. My throat is kind of scratchy, and yeah, I went to the doctor today and I have a whole load of symptoms, but the bad phase should be done for now. So, if you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it's a daily logic puzzle game where you have 20 people who may be criminals or innocents, and you gotta figure out who each person is or what each person is by using the clues that they themselves give you. We have a tricky one today, which is the same as yesterday. I love the harder one, so this is gonna be fun. And if you want to play, there's a link in the description, but if you just want to follow along, we can start right now. Well, we have Paul telling us that Larry was one of 3 criminals in row 3. Row 3 is here. I almost miscounted it, and this is Larry. There's only one innocent in this row then. Now Larry is telling us that row 5 has more criminals than any other row. That's interesting because we know there's 3 criminals in row 3, so we know that row 5 has to have 4, and there's 4 people total in row 5, so all of them have to be criminals. Good. I guess we don't need Larry's clue anymore. Or let's leave it here in case we need to remember that other rows cannot have more than 3 criminals. Now Tyler tells us that only one of the 3 innocents neighboring Gary is in column B. Okay, so only one innocent here. And 2 more on this side. But we still don't know where. Now Zaya tells us that Sophia is one of 4 criminals in column D. Okay, so Sophia is a criminal in column D, has 4 criminals, so there's gonna be 2 more here. Only one innocent here. Only one innocent here, but Gary has to have 3 innocent neighbors, so Clyde has to be an innocent as well. What else? Sophia tells us there are more criminal cops than criminal doctors. There's 2 cops here, 2 doctors here, 1 cop here who is already an innocent. So if we're talking about criminals and both doctors are criminals, then there's no way for both doctors to be criminals. But let's come back to that later. Clyde tells us that Isaac is one of Ellie's 4 criminal neighbors. So Isaac is a criminal, and Ellie, who is here and is a cop, has 4 criminal neighbors. We know that only one innocent is here, so that's gonna be 2 criminals neighboring Ellie in column B, plus Isaac, that's 3. Alice has to be a criminal as well, and Alice is a cop. But we still don't know about Ellie. And what does Isaac tells us? That exactly 2 of the 3 innocents neighboring Larry are below Barb. So there's 3 innocents neighboring Larry in total as well. One of them is here. 2 of them are below Barb, so we know that Gary's single innocent neighbor in column B is gonna be either Floyd or Jose, so Barb is a criminal. And Larry has to have 1 more innocent neighbor besides these 2. Barb now tells us that column A has more criminals than any other column. Okay, let's see how many criminals column B has. 1, 2 here, and 3 here. Column A so far has 3 criminals, but it could have 5. We don't know about Olive and Ellie. We just know that at least one of them has to be a criminal. So what else do we have to look at? At least 4 criminal neighbors. Okay. 3 innocents neighboring Larry. 2 are here. 1 more is gonna be here. Gary has to have 1 more, but it could be Donald. We still don't know. Have we read Pose? Larry is one of 3 criminals in row 3. Row 3. Oh, so we know that this is a one or the other as well. Jose and Nancy. Because there has to be one more criminal and the other one's gonna be an innocent. The plot thickens. Is it about Larry? Because Larry for sure is gonna have an innocent here. I guess we don't know about Ruby. Is it column B? Column A has more criminals than any other column, so at least one of these people has to be a criminal to make 4. Oh, we know that column D has 4 criminals, so we know that both of these are criminals actually. Nice. So that means there's 2 criminal cops, right? Alice and Ellie. And what was the clue talking about cops? More criminal cops than criminal doctors. So this is a one or the other here. Because there's 2 doctors total. And we can't have both of them be criminals. One of them is gonna have to be an innocent. So Larry has 1 innocent neighbor here, Jose and Nancy. Has gonna have another one here, Floyd or Gary. So that's his 3 total, right? 3 innocents neighboring Larry, says Isaac. So we know that Hilda is a criminal and Ruby is another one. Nice. Now Nancy and Donald are one or the other here. How do we figure out who is who? Isaac's one of Ellie's 4 criminal neighbors. Ellie is gonna have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4th one here. I guess we don't need this one anymore. Column A, we don't need that. 2 of 3 innocents neighboring Larry are below Barb. Yeah. So we gotta remember that this is gonna be a one or the other situation here. But what's messing us up is Gary, because he could be an innocent. Let me try tagging this, because if Gary is an innocent, then Floyd is a criminal, and if Floyd is a criminal, Jose is an innocent. And if Jose is an innocent, Nancy is a criminal. Because Floyd and Jose are also a one or the other here. And now Donald has to be an innocent, because Gary has to have 3 innocent neighbors as well. Who's talking about Gary? Tyler. 3 innocents total, right? But what if Gary is a criminal? Then Floyd has to be an innocent, and Jose has to be a criminal because of Floyd, and Nancy has to be an innocent. So there will be 3. Did I not count Clyde before? Let me go back. Gary innocent, Floyd criminal, Jose innocent, Nancy criminal because of Jose. Yeah, that makes Gary have only 2 innocent neighbors, so Donald would have to be an innocent. And if the opposite is Gary a criminal, Floyd an innocent, Jose a criminal, and Nancy an innocent, now Gary has 3 innocent neighbors, and Donald would have to be a criminal. So we can't solve that with tagging. So how do we do that? 2 of the 3 innocents neighboring Larry are below Barb. We don't need that anymore, because Larry's gonna have 3 no matter what here. Odd number of innocents neighboring Clyde. Oh, haven't I read this before? Since there's an odd number of innocents neighboring Clyde, we can't have Donald being innocent. So Donald has to be a criminal, and since we just checked that Donald is a criminal when Gary is a criminal, we know that Gary is a criminal as well. Floyd is innocent because of Floyd. Jose is a criminal, and because of Jose, Nancy is innocent. And we are done. Yeah. That was very nice. A very nice, tricky one. I'm happy that I did it in less than 10 minutes while sick. I'm happy that I'm getting better. And if you watched up to here, thank you so much for watching. I will come back tomorrow again with more Clues by Sam. So subscribe if you want to see that. Tell me if you played and how it went for you, because I love talking about different strategies, if we take them, and seeing how each person takes a different path to reach the same results. So if you did it, let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow.